Canelo Alvarez vs. Rocky Fielding. In July 2018, Rocky Fielding earned the biggest win of his career by beating Tyron Zeuge in Germany. The fifth-round TKO the Liverpudlian in the WBA regular super middleweight title. 2 months later, in a hugely anticipated rematch in Las Vegas, Canelo Alvarez defeated rival Gennady Golovkin to retain his 2 middleweight world titles. However, the Mexican fancied a brief dip into super middleweight territory before returning to 160 pounds. The man selected to be his opponent was Fielding. Rocky from Stocky was about to receive the opportunity of a lifetime and be well paid for what looked like an impossible task on December 15, 2018, at Madison Square Garden, New York. Ahead of Canelo's undisputed super middleweight title defense against Jaime Munguia on Saturday. There is a lesson we learn. Fighting Saul Canelo Alvarez is a painful experience. Only the elite of the sport thrive against him. Rocky Fielding is a solid fighter, a super middleweight with weight in his punches. But even though Canelo was moving beyond his natural division, he was too good, too fast, and without mercy. He gave Fielding no room to move or breathe. He forced his game on Fielding, and he did it all with furious speed. Rocky began to jab, trying to push out his left lead and push Alvarez away, but very quickly Canelo was on him. Every time they had gone head-to-head, right up until the referee's final instructions before the first bell, the Englishman had towered over Alvarez. Fielding did look gigantic, but it made no difference. Canelo tore through the gap between them, absorbing the space, all the oxygen of the ring, and snatched the wind from Rocky's body. A thumping left hook slammed into Fielding's side and forced the Liverpudlian to take a knee in the first round. It was a disastrous start. Fielding needed to begin with confidence. He needed to impose himself on Alvarez, let his size serve a warning, and try to inflict at least a sliver of doubt in the Mexican's mind that he was an unwelcome guest in the super middleweight division. Instead, it was Canelo who dictated all the terms from the very beginning. On a knee early on, at this point, Fielding could have unraveled, but he didn't bounce straight back to his feet. He caught his breath. He watched referee Ricky Gonzalez's count and rose to see out the remainder of the first round. As he settled down on his stool in the first break of the contest, his trainer, Jamie Moore, ordered him to breathe. Fielding couldn't afford to lose his composure. He needed time to acclimatize to the rarefied air of elite competition. But Alvarez wasn't about to give him that. He burned through his defenses in the second round too. Canelo let a right hook loose into Rocky's body. Fielding was fighting just to ward Alvarez off. The Briton threw his shots quickly. They cuffed into the Mexican without the shape or form of the punches Canelo unleashed. Again, a nasty left hook streaked round the outside of Rocky's elbow, knocking against his ribs. In answer, the Briton curved a left hook into Alvarez's head. But up close, Canelo's right uppercut was a shot of near beauty. It jolted Rocky's head back with savage authority. Fielding needed to drive him back, get him off the inside, where Canelo's work was so brutally efficient. But comfortable in the pocket, Alvarez had locked onto the target. Yet again, his left hook to the body set the Briton down on a knee. He was brave. He stood up. He fought on into the third round. He began the session with the combination, his right uppercut left hook. Tagging Saul, the Mexican tapped his jab high, touching Rocky's guard, triggering another Canelo right hook to crash into the body. Battling against the pressure, Fielding let his hands go, throwing a straight 1-2. He cranked out his jab, stretching his left arm forward, before stepping in, reaching out in an effort to hold Canelo in a clinch.